Hello, and welcome back to another FPL video. Today, I'm going to showcase to you my preseason cheat sheet that I've constructed together with my stream, and we're going to talk about each of the Prem teams, how they set up in their latest friendly, what to expect with them, is that information relevant, and who the best players are from each team. If you're interested to see more content, please join my channel by subscribing. As you can see, there is a goal up top that I'm trying to reach. I'm aiming for 1300 subscribers by the deadline of Game Week 1. So if you want more personalized data, and if you want to be part of the community, as once again mentioning, subscribe, like, comment, all of those great stuff. And now let's dive into the discussions. We're starting with Arsenal. Before the latest friendly, we had Timber with good minutes, but he picked up a slight injury. Jesus was playing, Odegaard and White were regulars, so that was kept. In the last friendly, they started with Raya, White, Saliba, Migalaes, and Zinchenko. That's my prediction for a starting lineup in defense for game week 1. Maybe some rotations afterwards, but for game week 1, that is going to be the draft. Odegaard, Partey, and Rice playing on an 8, and him and Saka to the corner kicks. So Saka was left of the attack and Rice was right of the attack. Two goals by the center back, so they're looking dangerous as usual. Havertz playing a striker and or a midfielder if Jesus is in. So if Partey is not preferred, Rice will play in his place and Havertz will drop as a midfielder, so he can score from different positions. Yes, Rice was used an 8. If Merino signs, that changes. There are still rumors for Merino to join in the Arsenal squad. There's still Jorginho and Vieira, who we cannot overlook. Rice and Saka on set pieces, a lot of attacking threat on set pieces, so I would most probably recommend going for one of their defenders if you want some goal threats for an expensive defender. And Martinelli versus Trossard is 50-50, as Martinelli didn't look like the best player in that game, and Trossard is always looming from the bench. Best players for the FPL, in my opinion, are Saliba and Gabriel. One of them, Odegaard, Saka, and Havertz. That's from me. For Arsenal, I don't think anyone else spikes my interest. Next up is Aston Villa. Rodgers, before the last friendly, was with the most minutes, 3 goals, assists, a very solid performance. Bailey once again solid. Torres most probably starting in defense, as Diego Carlos and Lenglet are no longer there. Konsa and Pau Torres will be the starting pair for the season. I am sure of that, unless Minks returns sooner, but that's not expected. So for me, Konsa and Torres will be starting, and Barkley got a lot of minutes, but in the latest friendly he didn't begin. Onana, Tielemans, McGinn, I believe that's going to be the midfield. Rodgers on the left, Bailey on the right, and Watkins through the middle. So Ramsey and Bidace, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't think they're going to be too interesting. Rodgers started every friendly, so that's good. Starting defense, Karus and Lenglet left, just what I explained, and there is a rumor for Gertruda joining, as Nedeljkovic is like a pretty solid player. He's a once to watch. If much cash is sold and no one else is signed there, we need to see if Konsa is going to take up some chances as a right back, but for now I believe that Nedeljkovic might start game week 1. Bailey benched, but most probably will be playing in game week 1, and Watkins 0 minutes in preseason, so I need to monitor his performances. Best players for FPL, in my opinion: Martinez in goal, Konsa or Torres as partnership. Nedeljkovic is one to watch, but he can become a really good option. Madsen is another that I will be once to watching, but yeah, I wouldn't go there. Rodgers, Bailey and Watkins will make up the attack. There are rumors for McGinn or Tielemans taking penalties, but until we know with certainty, I cannot rely on any of them. Going into Bournemouth, Kerkes with top minutes, Senesi with a goal, Yebison was a 4.5 option if Solanke leaves, so he left out. Those were my notes before the latest friendly. Solanke has already left, and Neto the starting keeper, but the things changed. Travers starting as a starting goalkeeper, Smith, Zabarni, Senesi and Kerkes, I believe that's their best defensive lineup. They're signing a player from Barcelona as a right back, but I believe Adam Smith gets the notch to begin the season with. Christian Billing in midfield, Scott, Kluivert and Sinisterra looking likely to start, and Semenyo up front. He will be out of position, but we don't know if that is going to remain the same. There are rumors for Nketiah, there are rumors for another player. You now is still in the team, but if Nketiah joins, I believe he is going to be a great addition to the Bournemouth side. Scott playing a lot of minutes, yes, that surprised me, but if they sign a striker, those minutes are going to be reduced. Kluivert most probably on penalties, but he has never been nailed, to say the least. So yeah, I don't know what to expect there. And Semenyo out of position. Senesi, Kerkez, Scott, Kluivert, and Semenyo spike my interest in the FPL game. But honestly, I'm avoiding all of them to start the season. Brentford, Wissa, good minutes, and Mbumo, good minutes. Shade, good minutes, I believe, if Tony leaves. That is the front three. Carvalho has joined, so he's going to take up some minutes, but we don't know when and where. Ayer and Collins starting center backs, most probably. Ayer is looking likely to play as a left back coverage as well, so he has different options. So the only defender that I would recommend from them is him. Jisoo Kim was an option maybe at 4.0, but for now not, as Royer Swaf returned, Henry and Hickey will return at some point, and Pino, Collins and Tyre still needs to play. There is Ben Mee, and a lot of players are rotated for at the back for now, but against the better teams, we for sure know that they are going to back to 5 at the back. 0 minutes for Tony yet. We saw Mbumo and Shara scored in the latest friendly. They were scoring a lot, but the fixture run is just not there for them, their team. Norgard, Janelt and Jensen make up the midfield once again. Best players for me for FPL, Flecken, Mbumo, Wissa and Tony. Those we know are starting, most probably not Tony, a question mark is on his name, but Wissa and Mbumo are starting game week 1 and they have been in a firing form, and I believe that they can deliver. Jumping into the next team, there is Brighton, so still starting in goal. Verburgen seems injured for now, maybe still gets the nod. Veltman, solid minutes for now. Minte, 2 goals and great minutes before the latest friendly. Sarmiento, maybe an option at 5.0, but it's not looking likely. Currently, Mituma, great minutes, but not returns. But now he returned. Bark on corner, so he's a good addition for game week 1. And the final friendly they set up, by the looks of SofaScore, app that I use to pick my squads and how they played, but I believe they started with 4 at the back: Veltman, Van Heke, Duncan, Barco in defense, Wiffler and Milner in midfield, Minte and Mituma on the wings, and Welbeck and Joao Pedro up front. Have in mind that Welbeck scored a penalty, but Joao Pedro was replaced at that point. Front line delivers all of them. Minte was great, he's an option, and Barco was an amazing addition. The best players in my opinion for FPL are still Dunk, Barco, Minte, Pedro and Mituma. Especially Barco and Minte spike my interest. Pedro spikes my interest as well, but until I see something better from him and some regular minutes, I'm not too excited to pick him. Like, I would most probably want Oli Watkins at some point, so we'll see how it goes. Next to Isaac and Haaland, of course. Next, we move to Chelsea. That team I cannot understand. They're having a lot of new players. And Nkunku with the most minutes, Reece James good minutes, but not playing, as you can see at the lineup below. Gusto great minutes, Wavia 2 assists and a 4.5 option by the looks of it. Cowell starting as a center back, not something major, but yeah, by the looks of it, he's starting. Madueke was performing well. And for the final friendly, I believe that Sanchez will start the season in goal. Gusto, Fofana, Cowell, and Marco Curella will be playing in defense for the first couple of fixtures. Backline for the first weeks looks set as mentioned. Wavia starting once again. I don't know if Caicedo is starting, too much things not to know about. Palmer, second half cameo, not a lot of returns there, but still a great option. And Neto is a new signing. Sanchez may be an option, Wavia may be an option, and Nkunku and Palmer for sure, and Madueke. So for now I have Nkunku and Palmer, Madueke, Dewsbury Hall, Neto, Jackson, a lot of options, and I cannot seem to pick anyone from them to begin the season with. From Crystal Palace, Kamada had a lot of minutes, Riyad at center back a lot of minutes, but he didn't start due to Gay returning, Schlupp scoring goals but didn't start, Mitchell with a goal, he's a good option, Henderson with an assist, that was a funny addition, Saki, good 4.5 mid, but by the looks of it not playing. This is the lineup I expect in game week 1 if Gay sold. Riyad is going to come into his place. They were defending well without Gay. I don't see a reason why they shouldn't defend well now if they sell him. I believe if he's there, this is the lineup for game week 1. Ezen Munoz had some minutes. Henderson, number 1 in goal. Johnston not in the group at all. And Edward starts the season up top, but Mateta will return pretty soon. The best players for game week 1 are Henderson, Anderson, Munoz, Mitchell and Teze. I fancy Mateta as well, but for now it's a no-go as they have. He has just finished the Olympics and he will need to recover. Going into Everton, not a lot of notes here. Harrison with most minutes and assists, and Lindstrom with a goal. He didn't start the latest friendly, so that's a little bit worrying. No Brent Waite to begin the season with, as he's injured. That a little bit downplays their defensive play, and they face some serious oppositions in the first couple of fixtures. Coleman with an injury, but Ashley Young came for him. Other defenders played the full game, so that's good for them. Solid midfield, like big, tall, strong boys, but nothing too amazing there. And DCL with a goal. Picks for game week 1, Pickford, Mikulenko in DCL, but I would honestly try to avoid Everton as much as possible. Going into Fulham, we now have Diop as a starting center back with Tosin leaving, Robinson with 2 assists and ECR, that's Emil Smith-Rowe with a goal on debut on the final friendly. I believe that is the starting lineup. Maybe Castan over Tete, but yeah, I think that this is starting. Pereira and Smith-Rowe are rotated. Smith-Rowe is up ahead. Andreas is playing in midfield. Iwobi and Adama will be starting as wingers. Maybe Smith-Rowe can replace them there. Moon is starting up front. And TCR with another goal. Best players for me are Leno Robinson, ECR and Muniz. Diop, Basic, Tete, not too excited. Diego Carlos is looking likely to sign for them from Aston Villa, but nothing is confirmed as of yet. Going into Ipswich, Johnson with good minutes and Dewap starting striker. Yeah, Muric starting keeper as well. Johnson playing 90 minutes and Dewap as a striker. Best players for FPL, Muric, Johnson, Davis and Dewap. But over to be saying something apart from Johnson, not too very likely to go for any of them. Going into Leicester, Justin with great minutes and 2 assists. Winks with great as a great 4.5 option. Daka starting as a forward at 5.0, but there are rumors for a player from Bayer Leverkusen, and Mavididi 5.5 mid with great attacking potential. He didn't start the last friendly, but I believe he will be starting. They are not looking good, and I will be mostly targeting their fixtures. And not a lot of new players yet. Might struggle to begin the season with. The best players are Winks, Justin and Mavididi to start the season. Going into Liverpool, Elliot was with amazing minutes, maybe starting, maybe not. I feel like he's not starting. Carvalho great returns, but he was sold to Brentford. Salah was good, Tsimikas was good, Kwanzaa most probably the starting center back, and Jota with 2 assists in the final friendly. The starting lineup looks like that, in my opinion, for game week 1. So pretty solid lineup. Kwanzaa over Konate, that question was answered here. Tsimikas maybe over Robertson, but not for a very long time. And Salah, Jota and Diaz looks like looking likely to start game week 1 up until game week 3, in my opinion. Best players for FPL are Trent, Kwanzaa, Virgil, Sobo, Salah, Jota and Diaz. Especially Diaz and Jota might be 50-50, but they have been performing really well, and I quite like owning at least one more attacker compared to Mohamed Salah. Going into Man City, Bob with great minutes, Rico Willis probably starting in the first couple of games as Walker hasn't started training yet. Grealish with solid minutes, but he got an injury. Haaland scoring goals, even though he didn't perform against United, he was doing well. And Guardiola with good minutes, but Guardiola positioning wasn't too exciting with Rico Willis slotting into that midfield. Guardiola was more preserved and more falling back. I don't like that. If Rico will start the season, Guardiola is a no-go. Yeah, he might get a couple of clean sheets, but I'm paying 6 million not only for clean sheets. If I'm going for clean sheets, I will pick Mikulenko, or Saliba. So for me, City defenders might be an avoid. Bob Haaland and Doku may be starting in game week 1. We need to see if Rodri, Foden will return. If they do, they are not. Defensive looks solid for game week 1. I believe that's the starting defense in game week 1. McCarthy might get some minutes into this season, and Ederson is the starting keeper by the looks of it in the Prem. Best players for FPL, Guardiola, Bob Haaland and KDB. Without Foden, without Walker, without Stones, without Rodri, it's going to be a questionable start for Manchester City. So maybe apart from Haaland, I'm not willing to risk it. Maybe Bob is a good option if you are aiming for a 5.0 differential, but I would be quite hesitant to go there as well. Going into Manchester United, the notes before that last match against Manchester City were only Amat with great minutes, and Rashford was an option. Yes, he's an option, but not quite interested in him. The final friendly was not a friendly, it's the Community Shield game. Martinez was playing left back. They are signing De Ligt and Mazraoui, so we need to see how they're going to set up. Immediately benching Maguire and Evans, or they will get used to it. I don't know. Amat was still playing well. I think he will be starting, and Bruno and Mount were strikers. Not too excited to see them there. Best players for FPL in my opinion are Amat, Bruno, Dawood and Garnacho. Amat and Dawood are not too nailed, but Bruno and Garnacho will be starting every game in my opinion up until the European fixtures. Going into Newcastle, Lewis Howe, great minutes and returns, yes, but they're rumored with signing Gay. Murphy, a lot of attacking returns. I'm too afraid to go there, I believe, but he's a good differential option. Livramento with solid minutes and Isaac with several goals. The final friendly, it was Pope in goal, Livramento, Kraft, Burn and Howe, but that defense can change because Avoid Kelly, Shar, and Trippier weren't playing, and Gay might be joining Newcastle. So apart from Southampton in the first game, that defense might rapidly change. So I'm a little bit hesitant going there. How looks set on the left, but might be rotated as mentioned. Bruno G will start in midfield apart from Miley, so it's going to be Bruno G, Joelinton and Longstaff up until Tonali returns. Murphy, Isaac, Gordon looks like the starting attack in my opinion. Best players Pope, Shar, Howe, Murphy, Isaac, Gordon. Howe is with a question mark. Going into Forest, Morgan Gibbs White was nailed, but not a lot of attacking returns. Muriu nailed in defense, Sangarian option, Williams and Taina looking like starting fullbacks and Wood with a go in the friendlies. And in the last friendly, the defense for me is the starting one. Sales my start. This is the starting defense. By the looks of it, Sangare played one more time, so I'll be willing to take him as a 4.5 option. No Doi or Elanga in the starting lineup. That surprised me a little bit, but I believe they're playing. Wood returns again as a forward, so it's a good option. Sales, Aina, Williams, Sangare, Gibbs White, Wood and Udoi. A lot of options to start game week 1. Just pick one or two of them and you'll be good to go. Next up is Southampton. Amayo an option at 4.5 mid, but he didn't play the latest friendly. Harwood Bellis with good minutes and a goal. Armstrong 3 goals, a very solid option. And on penalties, Harwood Bellis a good option as mentioned. Walker Peters playing as a wing back, that's a solid option. And Armstrong and Brenton Diaz are just amazing and they can become options pretty soon after they get used to the Prem having been promoted. Brenton Diaz was playing in Sheffield, but he's a new piece into that attack. So just a few fixtures to line up the squad and then they can start delivering. Harwood Bellis, Walker Peters, Armstrong, Diaz and Bednarek are most probably the players that I would consider. For Spurs, Porro with 2 goals. Kulusevski, striker, and 4 returns before the latest friendly. Son with 4, Johnson with 2, Bergvall a solid 4.5 option, but that a little bit changed because Solanke joined. Now Brennan Johnson most probably will be benched. Kulusevski will be moved to the right. Son and Solanke most probably will be starting the season. There is Richarlison still, who might return sooner rather than later. Madison not with the full 90 minutes like ever. Bergvall an option. The defense have not been set yet, so I'll be avoiding the chaos in the attack. I'll be picking Poro, who seems like the one of 3 players that will be playing in for sure in their play. Okay, one of 4. Vicario, Poro, Madison and Son for me are starting. Madison and Stone are starting in those positions. I'm not even considering Bissouma and Sar as starting options. They have Bentancur, they have Archie Gray, a lot of options and rotations into that squad, but Pedro Porro looks set as Emerson Royal already left the club. Best players, Porro, Van den Ven, Kulu, Sevski, Son and Solanke in my opinion. Going into West Ham, Fabianski a 4.0 option. The answer is no. Koeman a starting center back. That's good. Aaron Wan-Bissaka will join the defense, so it's between him and Sufau. Team looks really solid after a lot of reinforcements. Rodriguez, Fulkrug, Koeman, Toribo is joining. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I'm most probably missing someone, but that team looks stacked and a lot of potential there. I am quite excited to see them play because they've brought in some amazing players. The best one for the start of the season are Areola, Koeman, Bowen and Kudus in my opinion. And the latest team that we're going to discuss is Wolves. Warsen 3 assists at 5.5 forward, great forward. Gomez starting in defense, I'm meaning Totti Gomez. Sarabia, good returns, 2 goals already. Gomez, the number 19 with 3 goals and Cunha with 2 goals. I haven't seen Cunha so far into the latest friendly to play. Maybe slight issues, but yeah, it looks like a 4-3-3 with Lemina and Joao Gomez holding the the front, Sarabia in front of them, Gomez, Chan and Warsan up front. Cunha will have to be slotted somewhere. Doherty, Gomez, Mosquera and Nuri. In defense, a brand new defense as no Dawson so far, no Kumar, no Bueno. A little bit of shenanigans there, maybe focusing them at the beginning for attacking returns might be a possibility, but not too heavy as they're already established Prem side. Best players are Sa, 8 Nuri, Warsen, Huang and Cunha. I believe that wraps up the cheat sheet that I prepared. I hope you like it. If you want to receive it, join my Discord. The link is down in the description. I already sent it in the main FPL chat, so don't be afraid. You can take it, you can copy it, you can use it, you can do whatever you want with it, as this is for you guys. My give it just to you. Thank you for watching. Once again, if you have not joined the community, do it. I'm aiming for those 1300 subscribers. Please make it possible. But for now, guys, I'll be heading out. Bye.